Welcome to SATV News. This is Shibala Alam with our headlines. Power outage hits Sylhet as flood situation worsens. 40 lakh people trapped. Navy joins relief and rescue operation. Prime Minister asked to shut down shopping malls, markets after 8 p.m. every day to save power and energy. Two separate landslides left 4 people dead and 5 others injured in Chittagong. Administration instructed all to evacuate safely. The power supply to Sylhet has been cut off after the Kumargaon grid station was submerged with flood water on Saturday. To avoid accidents, the whole district have been without power since 12 p.m. Chief Engineer Abdul Qadir of Sylhet Divisional Bangladesh Power Development Board said power supply to the Sunamganj is also suspended since Wednesday due to the ongoing flood. Meantime, the Navy started work to rescue flood victims on Saturday morning, joining the Army. Sylhet Assistant Commissioner Asinul Alam said that the Navy personnel had arrived and a team of 35 divers had started to work, adding that a team of 60 divers would be joining them later. Separately, aircraft takeoff and landing at Sylhet Osmani Airport have been suspended due to water intrusion on the runway. Meanwhile, authorities have suspended the movement of trains to and from Sylhet railway station as its platform has gone underwater amid the worsening flood situation in the district. Marooned by flooding, thousands of residents of Sylhet are now facing a food and drinking water shortage. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has asked all concerned to take necessary measures to shut down shops, shopping malls, markets and kitchen markets across the country after 8 p.m. every day. The instruction was given in a recent circular signed by Director General Administration Mohammad Ahsan Kibriya Siddiqui of Prime Minister's Office. The notification was issued aimed at saving power and energy against the backdrop of worldwide continued price hike of the power and energy. Secretaries of Ministries of Division concerned, such as Public Security Division, Commerce Ministry, Energy and Mineral Resources Division, Local Government Division, Power Division, Industries Ministry, Department of Inspection for Factories and Establishment, all the Divisional Commissioners, Deputy Inspector Generals of Police, Deputy Commissioners and Superintendent of Police of all division and district have been asked to execute the order strictly in line with Section 114 of the Bangladesh Labour Law 2006. Two separate landslides left 4 people dead and 5 others injured in Chittagong in the early hours of Saturday. The deceased are Shahinur Akhtar, 30, her sister Mahinur Akhtar, 20, Liton, 23 and his brother Imon, 14. Akbar Shah Police Station OC Waliuddin Akbar said that the first landslide occurred at around 2 a.m. in Jhil area number 1, killing Shahinur and Mahinur and injuring their parents. The second one took place in the Lake City area around 2 hours later, leaving Liton and Imon dead and 3 others injured, the OC added. Meanwhile, the local administration in Rangamati urged residents to go to the shelter centers in fear of landslides due to non-stop rain. 4 teams are set to evacuate residents to the shelters from Saturday evening. Bangladesh reported 304 new COVID cases in 24 hours till Saturday morning, taking the country's total caseload to 1,956. The country's total fatalities, however, remain unchanged at 29,121 as no death was reported during the period, according to the Director General of Health Services. The daily test positivity rate slightly declined to 5.94% from Friday's 6.27%, with 5,122 samples tested during the period. However, experts are concerned about the sudden increase in corona infection. advising to prepare early in advance. They said otherwise the country could face a dire situation. In addition to the increased caution at all entrances to the country, including airports, experts urged everyone to abide by the guidelines in accordance with WHO guidelines. In the second week of June, after a few months of normalcy, coronavirus detection rates began to rise. The government is celebrating the Podda Bridge during this catastrophic flood situation in different parts of the country. He demanded that the danger of accidents be made clear to the nation at the inauguration ceremony of the Podda Bridge. Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir also said that they are trying to blame the BNP for the accident. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said this while addressing a conference of words 18, 39 and 40 organized by Dhaka Metropolitan North BNP at Bhatara in the capital. Mentioning that the ruling party has destroyed all institutions, Mirza Fakhrul said that the people of the government are keeping money in Swiss bank through corruption and building houses in Begumpara. Fair elections are not possible under Awami League. The current commission and government do not mean BNP. He called upon the leaders and activists to be vocal in the streets, demanding real elections under a non-partisan government. "30 houses of 2 colonies were gutted in a fire in Chandra area of Kaliakar Upazila of Gazipur district on Saturday. In charge of Kaliakar Fire Service said that the fire originated from an electric short circuit, gutted the house in the morning. On information, 2 firefighting units rushed to the spot and extinguished the blaze after one and a half hours of frantic efforts. No casualties were reported so far. Viewers are taking a short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching SATV News. Now we bring you the international story updates. 31 people have died in floods and landslide in Assam and Meghalaya in the last 2 days. Some 19 lakh people in 28 Assam districts are affected, while 1 lakh are in relief camps. Prime Minister Narendra Modi phoned Assam Chief Minister Hemanta Biswa Sharma to ask about the flood situation and assured all to help from the centre. Tripura's capital Agartala also reported a massive flash flood. The city received 145 mm rainfall in just 6 hours. Government sources said that this was the 3rd highest rainfall in Agartala in the last 60 years. All education institutions have been closed due to the flash flood. Meghalaya's Mawsin Ram and Cherrapunji received record rainfall since 1940, officials said. Meghalaya Chief Minister has announced compensation of 4 lakh rupees to the families of those who died in the floods. In Assam, some 3,000 villages are flooded and 43,000 hectares of cropland are underwater. Several embankments, culverts and roads have also been damaged. The European Commission has recommended Ukraine become a candidate to join the EU bloc, signaling the nation has officially started on the path to full membership. Ursula von der Leyen's opinion comes ahead of discussion in Brussels about the war-torn country's potential membership. However, this is just the first step in what could be the long and difficult road for Ukraine. Even with the Commission President's backing, it will be years before member states are given the opportunity to approve Kiev's membership. There are also issues to consider, including the fact that several other nations are lined up and keen to join. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said the sanctions imposed by the West on Russia after its invasion of Ukraine are mad and thoughtless. Speaking at a forum in St. Petersburg, he said the economic against Russia has no chance of succeeding from the very beginning. He said the restrictions were more harmful for those who imposed them. Western nations have been seeking to strike a balance between punishing Russia and protecting their economies. But speaking at the annual St. Petersburg International Economic Forum, President Putin claimed that the EU could lose more than $400 billion because of its sanctions against Russia. He said inflation was increasing across the 27-member bloc and the real interest of people in Europe were being sidelined, but did not explain what that meant. Pakistan former President General retired Pervez Musharraf is expected to return to Pakistan via an air ambulance. His treatment will continue in the country as the ex-dictator's health deteriorated last week. Sources said that the Musharraf's family have decided to shift him to Pakistan. The former president has been in the United Arab Emirates, UAE, for the last 6 years getting medical treatment. After the news of Musharraf's ill health, PMLN, a major stakeholder in the coalition government, and the military leadership had said that the former president should be brought to the country if he wants to come back. PMLN Supremo Nawaz Sharif last week asked the coalition government to facilitate Musharraf if he wishes to return to Pakistan, adding that he does not have any personal enmity or tussle with the ex-dictator. Before ending, we'll go through the headlines again. Power outage hits Sylhet as flood situation worsens. 40 lakh people trapped, Navy joins relief and rescue operation. Prime Minister asked to shut down shopping mall markets after 8 p.m. every day to save power and energy. 2 separate landslides left 4 people dead and 5 others injured in Chittagong. Administration instructed all to evacuate safely. You're up to date so far here on SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.satvtv.tv. Stay with SATV.